the devotees came from San Diego here to Los Angeles to see Srila Prabhupada. We came one evening, heard evening lecture, and then the next day. And when Srila Prabhupada came for evening lecture, and he sat down, and I was sitting in the back of the temple room, and something just swelled up in my heart, that tears just started coming from my eyes, and like a faucet, not sobbing, just like tears coming out. And I felt like my heart was changing. I felt that there was something in my heart that was prompting this, and it wasn't something I could stop. And the tears were like just dripping from my chin down my face, and the whole time that Srila Prabhupada gave the lecture, this was happening. And I'd heard later that when there's some emotion released in the heart like this, it's spiritual. That this was a further confirmation for me that he's my spiritual master. That for this type of event to happen that was beyond my control was definitely a spiritual experience. The whole time that Srila Prabhupada is giving class, myself and Shadananda, another lady, were crying in the Halava and saying, well, this is service and separation, trying to console ourselves of, why we were absent from such a glorious and big event in our lives, that Srila Prabhupada had come to San Diego. And then after class, when everyone paid their obeisances, we ran to the kitchen door because that was the way out. And we stood at the kitchen door with our aprons on, and we had, with pranams, our hands folded, and because we knew that Srila Prabhupada would come by the kitchen door. And when he came down the stairs, he was alone. No one was following him. He had got up from the Vyasa sign really quick during when everyone was offering obeisances. And he came down the stairs without anyone else. And we could see the silk of his dhoti like billowing as he came down the stairs. And then there was a bookcase underneath the stairwell, and Srila Prabhupada paused there and he looked at the books. And then he saw Shadananda and myself were standing at the kitchen door, and I felt like Srila Prabhupada knew that there were some devotees that hadn't made it to the class, and he wanted to have give us a personal experience. And so he stopped, and he offered obeisances. And so many devotees I've heard the experience that they have when Srila Prabhupada looks at you, he's looking at you, even if it's in a huge room with lots of devotees, but when you've made personal eye contact with Srila Prabhupada. And it was like that. He looked at me and he offered his folded hands.